So one of you guys asked me yesterday on how I spot different types of women and how I react to each one differently. And honestly, for me, I've seen so many different women that a lot of it is just instinctual for me. But if I have to break it down, there really only are 4 types of women. And there are only 2 factors that I look at to make this determination. The first one being their outlook and their career. And then the second one is their outlook towards sex. And with the career outlook, I look at what industry this woman is in, and I look at their level of career drive. So for example, if I was seeing a lawyer, for instance, I know, or that I assume, that her personality is a very strong personality. She likes to take control of her work. She's very career driven, versus maybe a teacher, for instance. She's used to taking care of children, very nurturing, very patient, probably not as career driven. Probably she wants her significant other to make more money than she does. And then look at their outlook towards sex. To some women, sex is a big deal. I'm not gonna sleep with you until we become exclusive, or we're married, even to some women. To others, sex isn't really a big deal at all, right? I mean, sleeping with somebody before marriage is a 21st century thing to some of these women. And if you break it down, there really only are 4 types. And I'll give you an example of each as well. The first one, like the first example I mentioned, if she's a lawyer, for instance, and her outlook towards sex is pretty traditional, I would consider that to be an alpha, right? Because in her career, she likes to take control. And at home, she's very conservative when it comes to sex, so she wants to be in control. She only wants to have sex when she determines it's the right time. This is what I consider the alpha. And then there's the second type, the alpha beta. Probably someone who's career driven, but when it comes to maybe sex with her partner, or her opinion on who should wear the pants in a relationship, she thinks it's the guy. That I would consider the alpha beta. And then there's the beta alpha. She's probably in an industry where it's a male dominant industry, for instance. Maybe she has a boss that really takes the charge, and she really takes a step back in her career. She's not really that career driven, but in a relationship, she's closed off, more traditional. She wants to wear the pants in a relationship. I call that the beta alpha. And then there's the last type, the beta. Probably someone who's not very educated, not in a very competitive industry. She's in a role where others are taking charge. Probably always submissive. And then when she comes home, she probably doesn't have much of an opinion either. She wants the guy to take the charge. Essentially, you're going to be the leader for everything. You really can't talk to her about sophisticated topics. Honestly, anything that's probably too complicated for her is gonna steer her away. And I call that the beta. So again, there's the alpha beta, there's the beta alpha, and then there's the alpha beta, and then there's the beta. And if you ask me what I prefer the most for maybe a long-term relationship, would be the alpha beta, because she's probably educated and sophisticated enough where she's had some of these experiences in life. In work, she's very driven, but when she comes home, she wants the guy to take the charge in the relationship. She'll let the guy make the decisions, and in the bedroom as well, she wants the guy to be the person to take the charge. That's what I personally look for if I was looking for a long-term relationship. Someone like the alpha is probably going to be too strong for me because I went to law school myself and worked at a big consulting firm and have my own business now. That I don't want everything to be a fight when I get home, right? She's going to have a strong personality. I personally have a strong personality, and ultimately as a couple you're just going to clash. And I don't want someone who's beta because just the level of sophistication just doesn't align, and the conversations that we have aren't going to be intriguing conversations. They're not going to be entertaining for either one of us, and the discrepancy is just too big there. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Again, any additional topics you guys want me to cover. So